What's up, Virgo? As always, I hope that this video finds you well and in excellent spirits. If you are new here, my name is Mel, your new favorite reader, and I'm the founder of Divine Feminine Works, where I help people unlock their divinity and discover their magic. So as always, if you are new, welcome. And if you are returning, a welcome back. So this is going to be the November 2022 tarot scope for the sign of Virgo. And that's for Virgo sun, moon, rising, or north node. All right, so without further ado, let's get into it. Let's see what November has in store for you. I'm hearing love, okay? Don't get mad at me. I get the sense that some of you, you want to hear about relationships, but you don't want to hear about relationships. That's sort of the vibe I'm getting. But let's see what we have here. There we go. We've got Uranus. We've got change. Interesting. So Uranus is in Taurus. So you're going to want to take a look at where Taurus is in your natal chart. That's where you're experiencing a lot of change. But there's something about November that's going to bring rapid change, sudden change, a change in direction, but it's ultimately taking you to where you need to go, okay? And I also get the sense that this change, even though it's sudden, I don't think it's unexpected. I think some of you have been waiting for this change. This change is going to bring a lot of clarity, number one. Number two, it's almost like you've been waiting for the dust to settle. Things have been in flux, and you knew that change was coming, and you've been waiting for this change. And I think it's finally going to happen. Like, you're going to see a clearing, like things are going to get very clear in the month of November, and you've been waiting for this. So while it might be sudden, I don't think it's unexpected. Let's get some more cards and see what else we have. Okay. We've got these two cards. I'm being told to talk about them, but these aren't the cards I'm going to put down, okay? I want you to see these. First we have is Moon, and it says emotions. And then we have Lightning, and that says disruption. So yeah, this lightning is it goes hand in hand with this change. Uranus is the planet of lightning. It's the planet of sudden changes. So again, it's going to be sudden, but it's not unexpected. And the presence of the moon lets me know that it's emotional, okay? I like how this depiction of the moon, it's a crescent moon, right? It's just starting to show, okay? So I don't get the sense it's gonna be overly emotional. I don't feel like this is gonna cut you off at the knees and make you feel a whole bunch of things you don't wanna feel. I feel like it's the start of feeling good, okay? But these aren't the cards. I'm being told not to take these cards. So let's get two more cards and see what else we have. Okay, these cards I'm being told to take. First off, we have is mountains, okay? And it says obstacles. Now this is a number 5, okay? So things are changing, and this change, I'm getting the sense though, it's not like you're embarking on a season of change that's going to be hard. I think you just came out of a season of change that was going to be hard. I feel like it was rocky, it was challenging, but you're coming out of this. So the change isn't that you're going into this difficulty. I feel like the change is that you're coming out of difficulty, all right? And then we have medical staff. Healing, okay? So some of you may have gone through a cycle of healing that was particularly difficult. Some of you may have a health issue that you were dealing with in the past that was troublesome. And I feel like it's time to change course. I'm hearing two different things. Number one, if you've been on some sort of specific treatment, specific health regimen, anything having to do with your health, if your doctor had put you on a particular course of action, I feel like the course of action is going to change. Okay, like maybe it's a new prescription, maybe it's a new diet, maybe it's something new that you have to do. But I feel like this change is going to be welcome, and it's going to get you to start feeling good. For others of you, whatever healing you were going through in the recent past, or maybe in the not so recent past, it was tough. It was tough, but now things are changing. There's this clearing. Things are not only become very clear for you, but I think that many of the obstacles that you were facing before are just not going to be there anymore. I feel like you're entering a period of smooth sailing. I feel like you're entering a period of smoothness, of ease, okay? So let's get some tarot cards and see what else we have here. Okay. So first up we have is the King of Pentacles. This could definitely represent you. Then we've got Strength. Many of you have endured a lot, okay? You've been faithful to the process. Again, if you have a medical issue, I feel like you didn't complain too much about what you had to do or what medications. You kind of just took it like a soldier and you soldiered on, right? Many of you were very strong. Many of you were loyal to the process. If this was more of an emotional or spiritual kind of healing, I feel like you knew that you had to go through this, so you went through it. Again, you soldiered on. We've got the Queen of Wands. So I feel like you even did it with a smile on your face. You were confident in the process. You were confident in your recovery. You were confident that you would get to the other side of this mountain. And so you did it confidently. You were fearless in this. And I feel like you just did what you had to do. You didn't waver. You didn't say, oh, I don't know. I'm sure you pretty much had your days where you didn't feel the best, but I feel like you really powered through this, okay? We've got the Eight of Wands. I feel like whatever's coming in, I feel like it's going to be bigger than what you expect. And again, there's this fast moving energy. So again, it's going to be sudden, but not surprising. So I feel like something's going to happen all of a sudden. Something's going to come in quickly, okay? And I feel like that's ultimately a good thing for you, Virgo. All right. Let's see. And you guys have been very courageous. Very courageous. You knew what you had to do. You did what you had to do, and you were fearless and courageous in doing it. All right, let's get 3 more cards with this deck to see what else this message has to say, or what does Spirit have to say for this message? So 1, 2, 3. All right. The first card out we have is the Three of Swords. So many of you, this health issue could be with your heart. For others of you, you were healing from a broken heart. So this healing that's been going on was emotional, could have had to do with a relationship or something that broke your heart. Then we have the Six of Cups. So this is something from the past. So I get this in the past, you were very heartbroken. We've got the Seven of Swords. There was this element of deception, this element of someone may have lied to you. Someone may have cheated on you. You may have been cheated. You may have been lied to, deceived. That's why the past was so particularly difficult. That's why you're coming out of this first card out was Mountains, because there was these obstacles, whatever they were, they really broke your heart, okay? For this being the last card also lets me know that there's a lot being done behind the scenes that you just can't see right now. I feel like a lot is being put in place behind the scenes to have this swift change. Okay. This could be something from your past. It could be something that you worked on in the past, something that you had in the past, you may have lost. And I feel like it's coming back around. Something that you held dear to you that may have broken, that may have separated, that you may have lost is coming back around. Okay. Being told to look at the bottom of this deck. Yes, we've got the Nine of Pentacles. Okay, so this could have been a job. This could have been a career. This, whatever it is. Okay. Oh, okay. Ooh, okay. You're the only reading. I'm going to be 100% honest with you, Virgo. You're the only sign I've done, and I only have one more sign to go, where your reading was not overwhelmingly positive. Everyone else had this transformation and things working out. And when I pulled this Seven of Swords as the last card, something told me that's not it, okay? But your reading is not as happy-go-lucky as everyone else's. And that's okay, because actually it's turning out really well. So things are working out behind the scenes that you can't see, okay? There's this swift energy coming in that's going to change things. And I'm like, is the change not going to be good? Because to be honest, these last 3 cards down here, they're not the best kind of cards. We've got heartache, we've got deception, and we've got something from the past. I'm like, yeah, that doesn't feel so good. Like, what's really going on here? But I want you to look. We've got the Nine of Pentacles. Look at how happy she is. This is the card of independence. It's also the card of abundance, okay? And then we've got the Fool. We've got sort of having to take this leap of faith, jump off the cliff, and just have faith in the unseen, which ends in the Six of Wands, victory, okay? So I feel like the only thing you have to do right now is have faith. You're coming out of a season that was tough, Okay, this is really the last card. Okay, and this lets me know that you're going to be victorious. If it is a health situation, you're going to come out victorious. If it's a relationship, you're going to come out victorious. Even if you find yourself being single, you're going to come out victorious. There's this element of victory here. Remember, I kept saying you're soldiering on, right? It's victory. All of this ends in victory. This change is going to be victorious. For some of you, I get the sense it could have been a divorce, right? And I see that you're going to be entering this season of singleness, okay? But you feel really good about it. There's no more lying. There's no more cheating. There's no more heartache. You're sort of taking the leap of faith, going in whatever direction you're being guided to go in, and it's going to be victorious. Some of you, it's this element of feeling better. Some of you may have gotten, like, especially with a health situation, some of you may have gotten news that may not be true, okay? You know, I'm hearing like get a second opinion. You may be getting a prognosis that sounds almost worse than when you started. And Spirit is like, get a second opinion because this ends in victory. Regardless of who tells you anything, I feel like this health situation is going to end victoriously. It's going to end well for you, okay? Have the strength to keep powering on, but there's going to be this, it's almost like this interruption. You're doing things. Remember I said before, you know the process, you know the course of action, and you've been doing it diligently. You've been soldiering on. You've trusted the process. You've been courageous enough to follow this process. And now there's going to be this interruption, okay? And this interruption, it's like a happy interruption. I feel like you may be guided to go in a completely different direction, especially with the presence of this Fool card here. The Fool card here is about having faith in the unseen, faith in the unknown, and just trusting. You're going to be directed in a different direction in November, okay? You've been on a particular course of action and you're going to be directed to do something different. It's not going to be completely different. It's not going to be a complete 180. So please believe and understand that. But you're going to be urged to go in a different direction. And that's where you're going to find healing. That's where you're going to find victory. That's where you're going to find happiness within yourself. That's where you're going to find abundance within yourself, okay? So whatever you are heated to do in November, do it. If your intuition is nagging at you, if your intuition is telling you, I need a second opinion, if your intuition is saying, I need to see a different lawyer, if your intuition is telling you, I need to go on a different medication, I need to try something different, I need to start dating different people, whatever the situation is, and I'm hearing that the situation, it's not important for me to give you the specifics of the situation, meaning that this could apply to a variety of things, but you're going to be urged to go in a different direction. There's going to be some sort of disruption that I'm hearing like it just, it's almost like a detour. Let's say you're driving and the normal route that you take, there's a detour and you're like, I don't even know if is this detour going to take me to where I need to go? Is it going to be like, is it going to take longer? Go on this detour because that's where you're going to find healing, victory, divorce, a new person, a new love, a new job. Like this detour is going to be extremely important this month. Okay, let's get some clarification. All right. I want to clarify this Eight of Wands. Why is this Eight of Wands card here? We've got the Six of Cups again. There's something about the past, something returning to the past, something of the past returning. But it's going to return in a big way. Like, again, it's going to be sudden. Maybe, let's say you're in maybe you were in a relationship and you guys broke up, okay? And it may not be there was lying, cheating, and heartache and all that. You may just broke up for whatever reason. And you decided to move on. You got over it. You moved on. I feel like the past is going to come back. And I feel like you're going to be really happy that you entertained the past. I feel like you're not just going to be like, oh, that's an ex. An ex is always an ex. I feel like if you have an ex coming back, I feel like it's going to be a good thing. It could be something from the past reemerging in a good way. Okay. But there's this energy of the past coming back around. All right. Let's see, what else do I need to clarify here? Let's clarify this medical staff, this healing card. I want to clarify this and see what this is about. There we go. We have the Two of Wands. Interesting. There's this element of having to make a choice, okay? I feel like this is letting me know that your healing is complete, okay? Or you're on the road to healing. You're on the road to being completely healed, whether it's physically, whether it's emotionally, whether it's spiritually. Like, you're on the way there and you're going to have a choice to make. I feel like this disruption that comes in November is going to require you to make some sort of a choice. This could be a choice between the past and the present, someone from the past and your future, but there's going to be a choice that has to be made. And I don't feel like it's going to be stressful. I feel like you're going to start feeling good. And I feel like you're going to feel good about having to make this choice, okay? I feel like there's going to be options for you. So by and large, November is a month of suddenness. Again, it's sudden change, but I don't think it's unexpected. I think like you've been waiting for this change. There's going to be a choice to be made. And I feel like you're going to feel good. I feel like you kind of just have to listen to your intuition. Like, that's going to be the crux of this whole thing. You have to listen to your intuition. You have to follow your intuition this month. And I feel like it's going to lead you to some place where you feel good, where you feel more like yourself, where you feel completely healed, and where you just feel happy and abundant. Happiness and abundance is the pot of gold at the end of the rainbow. And I feel like you're on your way there. There's going to be a happy disruption in November that leads you to that pot of gold at the end of the rainbow. So I feel like November is going to be really interesting for you. You're kind of just going to have to see how things unfold and then move accordingly. All right. So now I'm going to pick 3 rapid fire style cards, one for relationship, one for money and career, and one is a general advice for November to close out the reading. Okay, so first up, relationships. Let's see what Spirit has to say about that. All right, we've got separation. And I feel like this isn't something that you don't already know. I feel like based on the other cards that have come out in your reading, there's been heartbreak, lying, cheating, and stealing, maybe stealing too, lying, cheating, all of that stuff. And I feel like a separation is imminent in November, but I feel like it's getting you on the way to where you need to go. Okay. I feel like you're going to feel better after this separation because whatever's been going on in this relationship, it hasn't been good. It's not of your highest good. And so the separation, I feel like is imminent, but I feel like you know that already. All right, now let's get one card on money and career. Let's see how that is looking for November. All right, we've got the Star. So lets me know that there's a lot of optimism. There's a lot of hope when it comes to money and career. I feel like you feel this coming. Remember I said before, there's this 9 of Pentacles, this card of abundance here. And your intuition is telling you that things are going to get better. Perhaps it's financial healing or healing in terms of your job or career that you've been undergoing in the recent past. And so I feel like when it comes to money and career in November, I feel like you guys feel optimistic. I feel like you know that there's a silver lining. You know that there's a rainbow after the rain, right? And so there's this element of optimism when it comes to money and career this month. All right. And then let's get one last card to close out this reading. This is going to be general advice for November. All right. Interesting. We've got between two worlds. I feel like that's the essence of how you feel. You've got one foot in the old, one foot in the new. You know that things are changing. You're anticipating this change. You know that change is imminent. I said before, it's going to be sudden change, but it's not going to be unexpected. All right. So you're in transition right now, and that's definitely okay because you know that you're going on to bigger and better things. Whatever you're dealing with, whatever you've been healing, whatever you've been getting over, it's been hard, but I feel like you're going to get to a point where things start to feel better, where you start to feel better, and where you start to turn a corner. Okay. November is a very transitional month for you, Virgo. Okay. So it may be difficult, but know that there is a pot of gold at the end of the rainbow. All right, Virgo, that has been your November 2022 Tarot Scope. I sincerely hope that you were able to get at least one important piece of information from this reading, okay? And if you did, definitely don't forget to hit that like button. And speaking of readings, if you would like to book a personal reading with me, those links are in the description box below. Thank you so much for tuning in. Happy November, and I will see you in my next video. Take care.